And as promised, once again, Tereza Yerimyan is here, back from Washington, D.C. She is doing a great job, along with all the fellows there. Hovig Saghdejian Fellowship.
Capital Gateway Fellowship.
Capital Gateway Fellowship. What are the details, the most recent details? What are the successes that you are now witnessing? What are the new hopes that you are having? We need an update.
Sure. Well, thank you for having me on.
It is my pleasure.
It's been almost a year that I was on Horizon talking about the Gateway Fellowship. And since winter of 2017, I apologize, 2017, we've seen a lot of success in the gateways that are coming in. Over the years, we've had tremendous success. Just in recent numbers, we had 6 fellows in the winter session where 5 received job offers within 3 months in Washington, D.C.
Job offers or took the jobs already?
Job offers and took the jobs.
Good to hear.
And then in the summer, we had the largest Leo Sarkisian internship class. We had 17 interns. And then now in the winter, in the fall, we had, which is from September to December of last year, we had 6 gateways, 6 of which all remained in Washington, D.C. 5 received job offers within the first 3 months, some in the first week, some in the first 2 weeks, some in the first 2 months, and 1 who's still in an internship transitioning into the permanent position. But almost a 100% success rate in both sessions. Now we have 6 new gateways that we've welcomed into Washington, D.C. and we're
for the next session.
For this session, which is winter 2018. And we're working with them to make sure that they're successful in their stay in Washington. Now, the Hovig Saghdejian program is one of a kind. It is the only program in Washington, D.C. for the Armenian community where housing is provided at no cost to the participant.
What's the purpose?
The purpose is to expand our network in Washington, D.C., our public policy network. We want to make sure that Armenians are successful in Washington, D.C., and we want to give them that avenue to careers in Washington, D.C. Now, whether that's in policy, whether that's in media, whether that's in consulting, we are the gateway into Washington, D.C. We want to make sure people are going to be successful in their endeavors. And we have a network of alumni who care about the future of Armenian youth, and we want to make sure that everyone's connected with one another. Now, if you're a participant of the program, you're subscribing not to just the program, but to a whole community that's ready to help you.
And maybe to a whole career for a life.
Yes, many have.
As you are explaining, dear Tereza, and I'm trying to picture that, and I'm trying to process the information that you are providing on the table, I'm seeing something really very unique, and that is actually a career for life. But let me put it this way: it's not, maybe if I'm wrong, please correct me. It's not to have, the purpose is not to have people who are closer to policymakers through their careers. What I'm understanding, what I'm seeing is that to have policymakers in the near future where they should be. Policymakers who have gone through the ANCA and these 2 programs, or mainly the Hovig Saghdejian program. Did I understand you right?
Generally, yes. I mean, again, we're there for the success of the individual. So, because collective, that's the success of that one individual is our collective success. As a nation, as a people. So, the individuals who come through both programs sometimes have never been a part of an Armenian community. So this is their avenue.
What brings them there then?
Information, finding out. I mean, again, this is a one-of-a-kind opportunity where, as an Armenian organization, the ANCA is the only organization that's invested in a house. So we have 2 buildings in the ANCA. We have our office building, which is the national headquarters, and we have the Yerimyan house, which thanks to the Yerimyan family, has donated a house where these fellows and our summer interns can live at no cost.
At no cost.
At no cost to them. So for 3 months, while they are searching for a job and trying to build their career and get their footing in Washington, D.C., we alleviate the cost. We alleviate that move cost. And we connect them. We connect them to individuals who've been in their shoes, who've been through that struggle, who are there for them and guiding them, mentors.
And I guess it's not the only thing that you do. I think there was a word about having mentors.
Yes, mentors. So part of the program, there's a resume workshop, there's cover letters, there's a whole committee called the CGPAC, the Advisory Committee to the Capital Gateway Program. 5 individuals who are nonstop alumni who are helping these fellows from A to Z, from A to Z. And then they have networking events that they host, this and that, but they have mentors. Mentors are a key factor to these gateways.
And who are they?
These are
the mentors.
Some of them are alumni, individuals who have gone through the program, who are in the industries that these gateways are going into. And some of them are Armenian Americans who live in Washington, D.C., who may not have come through the program, but are there willing to help other Armenian Americans get through and be successful in Washington.
And what are the minimal requirements, if there are requirements? I guess, of course, there are. What are the requirements for somebody to participate in that program and start a career in Washington, D.C.?
Absolutely. So you have to have the drive to move to D.C., first and foremost, but you also have to have graduated school. So the biggest factor, I would say...
High school?
No, university.
Okay, university.
So you have to have...
At least a bachelor's degree?
At least a bachelor's degree.
No master's necessarily?
It's not necessary for a master's, but you have to at least come in with a bachelor's diploma. It can be in any major, doesn't matter. It really depends on what you're looking to do in Washington, D.C., so that we also know that we can help you be successful. I mean, if you're coming into the fashion industry, we may say New York's better for you, or Tokyo or Los Angeles. But then there is the factor of people who have law degrees, people who have master's degrees, people who have PhDs, people who have MBAs have all come through this program. Some of them have attained those additional degrees during the program after they came to Washington, D.C. and chose to stay, both work and go to school.
So even professionals can participate in
Absolutely.
the program. So then let's watch this short video together. I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Sure.
There is no one DC. It is a constantly evolving city full of transitions and growth. That's why it's the perfect place to start a career. My name is Arani Margosyan, and I joined the Hovig Saghdejian Capital Gateway program after graduating college. This program begins with 2 weeks of intensive seminars, with topics ranging from resume building to professionalism. Then the job hunt begins, and with dedication, perseverance, and time, you will begin the start of your professional career. Through constant pushing, motivation, and encouragement from the ANCA, I landed a position with an international development company. From the ANCA staff to the CGP Advisory Committee, this program is filled with the most genuine and dedicated people who only want to see you succeed. So apply, because without a doubt, there's no other program like it.
Back to Tereza now, and Tereza, what I understood is that for this program, for this Gateway program or the Gateway Fellowship, Capital Gateway Fellowship, people from all walks of life could be participating in, which is very good, of course. However, my question is, does the ANCA have a premeditated plans to kind of direct those people to certain positions or to certain types of careers in Washington, D.C.? Is there such a thing?
I would say there's a premeditated way. I would say that we are looking for individuals who prefer public policy, but our doors are open to everyone. I mean, again, at the end of the day, we are looking to make sure that you're successful. So I think there's an attribute on us where if we can't assist you, we'll be honest. But I haven't seen a case yet where we haven't been able to help someone gain their footing in Washington. Now, that's not to say that Washington is the place for everyone, and everyone who's listening maybe is thinking, you know what, I'm more interested in Los Angeles or even Sacramento. This is the unique part of the ANCA as a family of organizations. The Western region has an internship here in Los Angeles, in Glendale, California. So if you wanted to start and just get a taste for what the work of the ANCA is, you can start at the Western region. I did. That's how I started in all of this. And many of our staff were interns.
We'll be back to you and your example right after the commercial break. Right before the break, Tereza, I promised to be or to get back to you as to you, and because I know, and you know, it's part of the process. It looks like, at least, that you started from the Western region, but you started also with another program, and I think that is where the real connection started, or the real, what will I say, the ambition or the commitment started right there. What is that?
The Leo Sarkisian Internship program, I think, is what you're talking about. So, as you said, I started as a Western region intern, so ANCA Western region intern, got my feet wet in politics, in Armenian American politics, and then transferred off to Washington, D.C. for the Leo Sarkisian.
You got your feet wet, now they are sinking in water.
I'm immersed.
Immersed, fine.
I'm pleasantly immersed in all of this.
That's a better word. That's a better word.
No,
yes,
and
okay.
anyone who asks, I love what I do. Because it gives us an opportunity to advance our youth, to advance those individuals that truly take advantage of advancing our cause today, and merapaganen. You truly see hope in the future when you look at the individuals coming through all of our programs. And again, I go back to the uniqueness of the ANCA as a family. If you're looking to stay in Los Angeles, you have the ANCA Western Region internship program here in LA. If you want to do public policy in California, but not necessarily stay in LA, there's the Walter and Laurel Caribbean Public Policy Fellowship in Sacramento, again, under the ANCA Western Region. If you're ready to venture out to Washington, D.C., we're ready for you. Whether
just take the plane.
Just apply first, get accepted, and come out. Whether it's in the summer for the Leo Sarkisian internship, or if you've graduated and you want to look at job opportunities in Washington, the Capital Gateway Fellowship. If you're a student and you can do a semester in DC, we are an internship site. So if you want to do a semester and it doesn't fall in the summer, but it's in winter or spring or fall quarter, you can do an internship with us through your university and get credit, and you will still qualify for the same free housing opportunities that others do. So that's also an opportunity that we provide. And we've also had individuals who've graduated with master's degrees and are looking for some work experience, not necessarily the fellowship and looking for a job, but want to intern for the ANCA national team and intern for us. Those are all opportunities you can explore with any one of our chapters, and specifically our DC office. All you do is shoot me an email, gateway@anca.org, can't be simpler.
Would you please repeat it?
Gateway@anca.org.
Okay.
And
yes, can't be simpler.
And just get in touch, and we'll have a discussion on what are your ambitions, and why do you want to come to Washington, D.C.?
And if there is a valid reason and valid explanation, you'll be more than willing to help and do everything in your, the ANCA, you're in ANCA power.
Absolutely, and you asked, what are the requirements? We're looking for driven individuals. We're looking for individuals who have this growing ambition for working in the nation's capital, for advancing causes, and advancing themselves. And
I was thinking, earlier you were mentioning mentioning numbers to prove as indicators of success. And you were saying 5 out of 6 already landed a job or landed their jobs. In the previous session, 6 of them already landed jobs. Were they, to put it in the simplest way, were they good jobs? Were they the jobs that are targeted?
Oh, absolutely. Capitol Hill.
Capitol Hill.
Capitol Hill. These fellows are getting jobs on Capitol Hill, and we're going to see the fruits of that labor. We truly are. And some of them are landing, a couple of them landed in think tanks. As everyone saw, Ms. Margosian, who went to an international international organization. It's this beautiful combination of their passion, their goals, and our avenues. And that intertwining of being able to succeed in advancing the Armenian cause, advancing our principles and our objectives through different mechanisms, through different areas, and how these individuals are driven in doing that. And these individuals are. And the way they help each other. So for instance, those who are on Capitol Hill, who are alumni now, who just finished the program, are emailing me saying, here are the job openings. forward them to the folks that are current gateways. So they understand the value, how much value they got out of and how much help they got out of, and that they still continue to have, and they reciprocate that to the next generation. So, and by generation, I mean the difference of months.
Next class.
The next class.
Yes.
So you truly see the value in it, and it's, since I moved to DC, I'm astonished at how helpful people are in this program to each other, whether they still live in Washington, DC, or they don't.
Isn't that wonderful that in this country you have that kind of opportunities, the policies, the laws, the Constitution maybe even allows you to have these kind of programs. And how does it feel if you don't need to knock on the door and the first person opens the door? You don't have to tell them the entire history of the nation and go back 7,000 years, because someone who is opening the door now is already familiar with this entire history.
Oh, it's wonderful to see not only that, you know, our work is made just a little bit simpler, but that we help that person get to that position, and we're helping that person become the next chief of staff. So it's great to see that individual grow within that office and help them grow, but it's also great to see our cause grow with them, and that it's like offices now. Even if there's one Armenian in the office, the whole office feels like it's Armenian. The whole office, you know, understands the value of the quality of these individuals.
It's the spirit that is infectious,
yes,
right?
It is. And folks who are going through our program share that they're going through our program with their offices. And the offices are astounded that such a program even exists. The other ethnic caucuses even don't have a program where the program's bought a house, bought real estate, and invested in their youth to that extent. Which is why I said from the beginning, this is a very unique opportunity. It's a very unique program. And it goes a long way to say that the ANCA has truly invested in its youth to make sure that public policy matters, political matters, we're engaged in it from every aspect of it. We're not just going and lobbying. It's not just the grassroots, but within as well.
And how do you see both programs actually in the next 5 years?
Oh, we're going to need 2 more properties in the next 5 years. We're looking to grow and expand. And we want to see more and more individuals from around the United States engage in these programs.
There's a difference between we want to see and
we are
seeing.
We already
or we will see.
So just for let's talk summer. We had 17 interns.
This coming summer.
This last summer we had 17 interns. We had to unfortunately turn away a lot because we just didn't have the space anymore. So many qualified participants, so many qualified applicants. Folks who said, you know what, I didn't get in this summer, I'm going to apply again this coming summer for this year. And they are.
Well, they should have the priority now, right?
That's a different story. We don't know. I mean, we'll see.
Okay.
We need to see what the competition is this year. But these are all competitive programs now.
I guess you got to find another Aramean family, whatever their yan is, but you got to find another family who would be willing to donate another location, another residency, another whatever is the need to really accommodate for all these youth who are coming, who are willing and want to be part of the growth of the ANCA, and not only the ANCA, but the Armenian American community. What do you say?
Oh, absolutely. And to your point, this is the growth of the Armenian American community, and the Hovig Saghdejian Capital Gateway Program really does help in strengthening the community in the DMV area, that Maryland, DC, Virginia area, because now we're seeing these gateways immerse into the community.
Also.
Oh, absolutely. They're taking leadership roles in the community that they currently live in, which is something which is an attribute of Leo Sarkisian. Leo Sarkisian, they come and train at the national headquarters, and they go back to their localities, their regions, and they assist in their regions, whether it's on committees or local chapters. Now we're seeing our gateways take that type of commitment here in Washington, in Maryland, and Virginia, and we're seeing them expand and unify and strengthen those communities.
Wonderful. We wanted to talk about it until tomorrow morning, but the time always decides the end of the interview, the the discussion, the show. So wishing you, first of all, thank you very much. Wishing you and the program and ANCA all the success, and all the youth all the success. Promise that you will be back in here soon again.
Absolutely.
We don't know exactly when, but soon. Հարգելի բարեկամներ, այսքան էր եւ հավասիկ ժամանակի թերաթրանքին ենթարկվելով շնորհակալություն գայտնենք նաեւ ցեզի եւ գսենք բարին ցեզ։